When I first started music production, I had the same dream many of us have. Create a few bangers, get signed, go full-time, easy, right? But the reality, that dream is for maybe 20 guys in the whole scene. And the rest of us, we grind, we adapt, we survive. So in this video, I'll break down what most people expect from music production in 2025 and what actually happens when you sit down, open FL Studio, and face the truth. And just when I thought I was getting there, the world shut down. COVID hit. Gigs, gone. Bookings, gone. Everything vanished. So we adapted. Green screen festivals, 3D crowds, performing for a camera in my room. Was it weird? Yeah, sure. But you know what? We kept going. And even before COVID, it was a complete mess because I would party hard before and after my gig, and I had to catch a 6 a.m. morning flight half dead. It wasn't glamorous, but hey, it was part of the hustle. So let's talk about the studio trap, because I thought I needed a 10,000 euro studio sound to make everything sound perfectly fine and professional. But now I mostly work on headphones, small Atom speakers, a subwoofer. It's not about the gear, it's about knowing your setup. And let's talk about plugins, because at some point, more plugins than I had finished tracks. Every week I was chasing the newest VSTs, thinking this one is going to change everything, but guess what? It didn't. Now, I keep it very simple. I'm mastering my own tools and I'm ignoring all the other noise. So for example, I'm focusing solely on Serum 2 to become the expert in Serum 2, and I can do everything I want with Serum 2 and make it my own. Okay, now let's talk about the learning curve, because they say it takes 10,000 hours to master something, but honestly, even just sounding decent takes years, and you'll spend your hours EQing the same kick over and over again, only to realize the problem was not the kick, but it was the low end. Or you'll delete something that was actually fine just because you heard it a million times, and that's completely normal, because that is the learning curve no one talks about. Let's talk about my first wins, because the real first win for me was Something to Lose, my first track that was actually a good release on Dirty Workz Records. It wasn't perfect, but you know what? It was mine. And it opened doors, it gave me momentum, and it reminded me small wins matter. And sometimes the game is just really unfair, because some careers are built by people you'll never see, and it's called ghost production. And that's the game now. But you know what? Don't compare yourself to someone who didn't walk the same path as you did. Focus on your own craft, focus on your own growth, focus on your own sound, get unique, and guess what? Then comes the next step, the social media game. Because let's talk about social media. No one told us we need to be a music producer and a content creator at the same time. TikToks, posts, edits, DMs every single day. It matters, yeah, but you know what? It's not tied to a view count. And here's another one, trying to sound like everyone else. You're trying to replicate a Sub-Zero Project kick, you're trying to recreate a drop from Rebellion or a melody from Headhunters, and then you stop. You look at your project and you realize you don't even recognize yourself in it, because finding your own sound, that takes longer than learning how to produce. But once you do, everything changes. Now let's talk about collabs, friends, and fake support. You'll meet people who say, hey bro, let's collab, and then they ghost you. You'll get fake comments, like all these fire emojis that don't mean anything, fake followers, you name it. But the real ones, they give honest feedback, and they will tell you when something's off, and they will stick around when the hype dies down. So find those people and build with them. And now let's talk about something very important that is very overlooked by a lot of producers, the burnout, because the burnout loop is very real. Because you keep working on the same loop for hours and hours, you start to hate your own sound eventually. You shut down the project, and then sometimes it's just best to walk away. And sometimes that is the best move. Rest, reset, and come back stronger. Don't throw it all away. That part is very important. And especially, do not quit your job. Do not drop out of school. Not for this. I get it. The passion is real, but this scene isn't fair. It's not always about talent. Sometimes it's just about hype, trends, timing, knowing the right people. Music should be an addition to your life. You should be able to enjoy it and not let it become your emergency plan. Keep your income stable, finish your degree, because once music becomes survival, the joy of doing it disappears. If I could go back 1 year, I wouldn't say work harder. I would say do not compare yourself to others. Do not rush it, and do not fall for the hype. Just show up one session at a time, and that's how it adds up. And why do we still do it? Still, after that, we keep doing it. And just because sometimes it just feels right. The lead flows perfectly fine. The melody gives you goosebumps. The drop is insanely loud, and you just feel it. And that's why we stay. And that's why we keep going. Music production in 2025, it's wild. It's brutal, but it's beautiful. So don't rush it, don't fake it, and don't throw your whole life away for a maybe. Keep your foot on the ground and keep your head in the mix.